Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, Monday the 28th. It's crazy how time flies so quickly. Mila's actually going to be 1 week old tomorrow, and here she is. You could tell she's enjoying her nap. We just sent off Ryan to work. This is our first day at home by ourselves, so we're gonna see how we do, and I believe we'll do great because my milk has come in. I feel like last night I kind of got in a little routine. My body was kind of waking up almost before she would wake up. I'm not gonna go into like the detailed thing about breastfeeding. Maybe I'll go into more details on my other videos, just for somebody that's interested, because I know I have a different range of people that watch my videos, so I don't want to bore you with breastfeeding if you're not interested in hearing that. But let me tell you all, motherhood is probably the hardest thing you will ever do, but it's the sweetest thing as well, because with all the challenges that come with it, it's just, you cry 1 minute out of pain and out of frustration, and the next minute you're talking, googly things to your baby, and it's almost like you're turning the switch and crying because she's so sweet, and you just can't get upset at her. She's just a little human being. She's trying to figure out this world herself, and the only way she has to communicate is crying. So it's our job as mothers to figure out what they want, what their signs are for hunger or for going to the bathroom or need a diaper change or maybe needs to be burped. So it's an everyday learning experience because your baby changes with time. She gets to eat more, and depending on the environment, the people that come visit. And I do apologize, my hair is kind of cray here. It looks like a rooster. But I'm going to attempt to eat breakfast before I feed this little girl again, because we had a very early feed. I think we had one at 3 this morning, and then I woke up at 6 I think, and then fed her around 7ish. So right before Ryan got sent to work, but we were able to make breakfast for him, and of course I made my famous rechka that Ryan doesn't like. He's saying, honey, you're eating. You guys have to see this sweet thing. I apologize, my camera got interrupted because I didn't have enough memory, so I had to erase a few things. But this is how Ryan sleeps. So she likes to open her mouth sometimes when she's really in deep sleep and sleep. She's a cutie. She's mom's little cutie, right? Mom's little cutie patootie. She's been a really good baby, but I was saying that I'm going to attempt to eat my breakfast. Here's my DIY chair, by the way, guys. If you have not seen that video, I did a recap of that, and it's also on my blog on step-by-step process. And then here's my breakfast. Looks so nicely against it, but it's just 2 boiled eggs with some hrechka. And of course I have my big old jug of water. That's another thing, is breastfeeding makes you really thirsty, or at least me. So I've been chugging water, which is a good thing because I've been losing weight quicker. With, of course, breastfeeding burns calories, so drink lots and lots of water when you're breastfeeding. So, but yeah, we're about to eat and have a good time before we feed. This is a little setup. It's always kind of messy the night before because we've kind of been everywhere, putting her down either on that or she's on the couch. But it looks festive, and whenever she's down in the living room, she'll look at the lights and she'll just stare. She's just a very curious baby. But we're very blessed. We're very blessed, right? Very blessed, blessed, blessed. So I just fed Mila and changed her, and then I had to put her back on the light. I was going to show you, this is a bassinet that some of our friends got us when we had our baby shower. Sorry, my hand is kind of shaking a little bit, but you can't really tell because I have it covered up buy a blanket, but this is for basically babies that have jaundice, which a big percentage of babies do have jaundice. Mila was born with little, what do you call it, like dry blood on the top of her head, because where she was trying to come out for like an hour and she couldn't because of my water was kind of bulging, which I'll talk more about that on my vlog, maybe with Ryan, because he was very involved as well. So I think, and I definitely, when I started feeling that after she was born, and they told me about it, they said it's fine, it's just a little bit of bruising. I was like, that's exactly what I felt for like an hour. I knew I was at a 10, and there was just no way that I could have experienced any more pain than what I was experiencing. But she actually likes it pretty well. Of course, me as a mom who is also cold-natured, but I've kind of learned from my mom, you know, always cover up, always put a hat on and put a blanket on. I have to make sure that she's covered up, because she's only allowed to have a onesie on that light, and then she kind of puts this little suit on, which is also very thin fabric, and then I cover her up. But that's her right there. She's fed. I'm about to turn off the lights, and she should be out for another 3 to 4 hours. I'm actually gonna pump, and then I'm gonna join her in a nap. My afternoon nap has been great. I've kind of done the same thing when I was pregnant. I think if I slept like 30-40 minutes, I felt very energized. So because my last feeding for the day is around 11:30 to 12, before I go into the night feedings, I basically take a nap, and that kind of helps me to pull through, because I'm not a night owl. I'm fine with mornings, but I'm not a night owl, so the naps actually really help me with that. But yeah, that's the little update on my baby girl. She's only been on it for, this is going on second day, I think. Second or third day. But we'll get our lab work done tomorrow again, which I hate, because for the babies, they stick their feet, and that's where like the less circulation goes. And for the past 2 times we've been there, they had to stick her twice, and she was just hysterical, and I was crying, and it was not good. So hopefully this will be our last lab work, and we'll get some good news from the doctor to stop phototherapy and not have to come back for maybe a couple of weeks, or at least just to go to a doctor's visit without having being stuck. So, but she's looking better. She didn't have like full-on blown jaundice, because if she did, they would have admitted her to the hospital. But it's because they were saying, because of this little thing, bilirubin actually helps break down old blood. So in another way, it was good, but high levels of bilirubin, they stated that it causes like brain damage. So they wanted to make sure that it was at lower levels. So that's what it is. So it's kind of thrown off my breastfeeding a little bit, because they stated that usually babies with a little higher bilirubin, they're a little bit more sleepy. They don't really latch on as well, which she latched on one, but on my other breast I was kind of flat, I guess, so I had to use a pump. And so using the pump kind of threw her off, because then she started eating the bottle, and she's like, this is way easier than nursing on a breast. And so she was like, I want my bottle. So now I'm kind of on the routine bottle feeding, which is fine, because I really have to give her all the fluids she needs so she can go pee pee and poo poo and get all that out of the system. So that's our top priority right now. So we'll work on the rest of the stuff later on, but we're about to go take a nap. Hey everyone, today is Tuesday, the 29th, I believe. Yes, 29th. And sorry, I'm trying to keep it kind of low as far as voice level and lights, because Mila is sleeping. So usually after feeding, she stays awake for a little bit. Of course, I burp her, change her if she needs to be changed. But today is actually her 1-week-old birthday. She is 1 week young, and it's just crazy how time flies. She's just kind of changing every day. It's really weird to say that, but she really is. you know, her personality is kind of showing up more, and then she's kind of learning me, learning Ryan, and just certain things that she does. So actually we went to the doctor's this morning, had her blood drawn again. Can't stand that. This was probably her 5th time being, but it was better today because the lady that was taking her blood, she had her lay on my lap, so she was not as hysterical. The last 4 times that we went, it was terrible to see. I was just crying. But hopefully I'll hear from the doctor earlier or later today. Maybe he can tell me about her bilirubin levels, and hopefully they drop down, because we have been putting her on the light. She's been sleeping on it pretty much the whole night, and then somewhat throughout the day. I do give her a break. She's actually sleeping just on our bed today. But she's going to be waking up in about an hour and a half, so I'm just going to have some tea, and I'm going to go ahead and pump so I could feed that child when she wakes up. But I try to kind of work ahead of her, so I'm kind of getting the hang of the breastfeeding thing, and I'm not going to go into details why I'm pumping instead of actually breastfeeding her. Maybe I'll leave that for another video, but this is just a vlog, so I didn't want to go into much detail about certain things where some people might not be really interested in listening about somebody breastfeeding their child. So but that's kind of a quick update today. Ryan went with me, of course, to the appointment, which was really helpful, because I don't know, I would have been really anxious, just trying to hold her and making sure everything's okay. But it was funny. She made us laugh though, because before the lady poked her, she like pushed really hard and made a lot of pooping noise, and we just all started laughing. And she looked at me, she's like, "You're breastfeeding her, aren't you?" And I said, "Yep." I said, "But it's a good thing, because last night we had about 2 hours of interrupted crying, and we knew it was gas because just the food that it wasn't time for her to eat. I mean, it was only an hour after her feeding, and she just started crying, and we were trying to just burp her, trying to carry her, put her on her belly, on our chest. So it's just really sad to see your child cry, and you don't really, you know what's wrong, but you don't know how to help them, because it's something that they have to do themselves. So eventually she did calm down and relax, and like an hour later, so she had a little poo-poo. So praise God. When you get excited about somebody going to the bathroom, I guess this is parent life. So, but we're really blessed with her. She's very calm. She's very content. She really doesn't cry much, as long as you kind of take care of her needs. She's good. So we're really, really blessed. So I just had some time to eat and settle down and just kind of rest a little bit. But I'm going to do, I'm planning to do a tiramisu cream cake. I did one last week, but I didn't have cream cheese. So this time I want to try it with cream cheese. I think it's going to turn out a little softer. My parents are coming in Thursday. My dad is bringing my mom. Of course, he wanted to see the grandbaby, but I think he's going to go back, and mom's going to stay till Sunday, because this weekend Ryan is going to be gone the whole weekend, which is very sad. I'm kind of sad that he's going to be missing out with us, you know, just seeing Mila grow, because she's growing so quickly. And he's really good at moral support, especially, you know, first few weeks of getting used to an infant, and you're being, you know, kind of sore and tired from just the delivery itself, the labor and the delivery portion, and then somebody hands you a live baby. So it can be a little bit challenging, but he's been a really great moral support, and I'm very, very grateful for him. That's why I'm gonna really miss him this weekend, but I'm glad that my mom is coming just to kind of help me out. I think what really helps, this is his second day at work, so I'm kind of by myself with Mila. So there are a lot of things that I can't do, but when he comes in the evening, then I hand her to him, and that way I can take a shower, clean up, you know, make dinner, and that kind of helps me feel a little bit more productive. So that's kind of the update for Tuesday, but she's sleeping, And I guess I'll be resting myself once she wakes up, and I'll feed her again, and then I'll go ahead and take a nap with her as well. So that's the update. Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday the December the 1st. It's crazy how the month has already flown by. I'm actually by myself today, as I have been for the past few days because Ryan went back to work, but he is actually going to be at the conference for the next 3 days, so I'm gonna really miss him and miss his help, just because a lot of times it can be really hectic with the baby, and because I have to do, you know, several things at the same time, I try to kind of work ahead of her so that while she's sleeping, I'm trying to prepare for her next meal, and it just takes so much time. So my mom is actually coming into town today, so I'm so happy. She's going to be here to help me. She's going to actually give Mila her first bath. I kind of washed her up before, but it was from like waist down, just because she had a few blowout sessions. But nothing makes a mother happier than to see her baby do what she's supposed to, which is eat, sleep, and poop. So it's a good thing that she's pooping, so I can't complain. Even though it has been, we already had, she got some all over me. She got some all over Ryan. He was actually monitoring her one night just to give me some rest, because I was kind of going a little crazy and exhausted and just, you know, recovering from the delivery and not having enough sleep. You just need to make sure that you do get, you know, a little bit of sleep so that your milk production keeps going. And so he said he was, you know, holding her because she was really complaining of, you know, of gas, and she was crying and being very fussy that evening. It was just a very hard time for me, and he said he was changing her, and it just kind of went all over the place. It went all over him, all over the wall, which was like 3 feet away. It went all over the crib, and all over the carpet. So we're experiencing parenthood, you know. Within the first week we've experienced several things, but I'm sure it's going to get a little bit more interesting as she's growing and as she's showing her personality. But I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of an update. As far as vlog, I know that I haven't been really posting a lot of, you know, like beauty tutorials or fashion tutorials. I mean, come on, does this look like a makeup face? No. I did put makeup maybe like once, and that was to go to the doctor's office. Just sometimes, you know, it does make you feel better if you take a shower and just, you know, have a few minutes to put some eyeliner on or mascara, a little bit of foundation, just so you can kind of look a little bit more fresh and not as scary. But before, I actually used to be very, how would you say it, embarrassed to go without makeup, and partially it's because I was breaking out. Even when I was getting married to Ryan, you know, my number one fear was that, I mean, I think he's seen me before without like much makeup, but I know that I always wore like foundation and stuff, and, you know, compared to a lot of other people, my acne was not that bad, but I felt like it was, and so I always hid under makeup. And so I was like, how am I gonna do this? You know, like our first night, you know, and I'm all makeuped out from the wedding, and I have falsies on, and, you know, my makeup artist did my makeup, and then I'm gonna have to wake up and I don't have like a zilch of makeup on. Like, is he gonna get scared? I don't know. I guess it's something that a girl thinks when she first gets married, but not to say that that flies out of the window, because not for me. I know some people, they get married and they're like, this is too much work, I'm not doing it. I actually enjoy doing it. It makes me feel better. Not that I'm trying to hide, because I mean, you see me bare right now, and I know I've done that, you know, several vlogs. So I'm no longer like embarrassed about myself, because I'm a human. So there are things that we experience and things that we go through, and I think when we're raw and being real, then a lot of people can relate to us. So that's kind of my spiel on that. But I was trying to work on a few things from Shutterfly, and it looks like my coupons expired. It had like free, I had like a free book and 10 Christmas cards that you can purchase, and it was like a free code. So I was trying to do one with Mila on there and maybe send it out to some of our family, but it looks like it expired. So I'm working on a few other things, and then of course I have to finish my crepe cake that I promised via Snapchat. I'm just trying not to wake her up. She's still got about 20 minutes to sleep, but I'm sure she'll wake up to eat. I have to mix the cream. Like I said, my mom is coming, so I do want to make that cake before she comes. And then I'm just kind of cleaning up and probably going to try to pump after I feed her. Hopefully she'll fall asleep. And then maybe I'll join her in a nap. Maybe I can sleep another hour or so, because that really does help, especially for the night. Just because with an infant, you don't know what kind of a night you're gonna have. Like sometimes it's very regimented, because I am feeding her the bottle. I set my alarm, and I either wake up, you know, a half an hour early and I pump, or I try to work ahead of her and already have a bottle ready for the next session, because breast milk technically can be at a room temperature for 5 hours, and she eats every 3 to 4 hours, which I think yesterday she hit like a growth spurt, and she ate like a few sessions, she had it every 2 hours, and I thought she might have had gas, but she was actually hungry. So oh the joy, oh the joy, oh the joy of feeding a child. But right now I do about 8 to 10 feeding sessions, which for some people might not be a lot, because it's a bottle and she actually chucks it down really quickly. But when you pump, it takes just as long pretty much as if she would breastfeed on your chest. So about 30-40 minutes, just because now I have to pump a good solid 2.75 ounces or 3 ounces, because she gets hungry pretty quickly. So that's my update. But I don't know if you guys saw this. I guess I did show on the other video. We put up our Christmas tree and our lights, and I actually went to the store and bought some like this teal burlap. I found it at Dollar General. Of course I had to have 3 rolls because they don't give you much in it, but they were only $1, so I thought it'd be kind of cool, because I do incorporate some like light teal. Like there's a pillow right there, and as you can see, it's kind of piled up a little bit. Yeah, but it's almost Christmas time. It's just crazy how the time flies. But that's my little update. I do have a few things that I'm going to be posting on my blog, a DIY, and I'm sure that I'll have a story, my birth story for you guys, but I do want Ryan to be a part of it as well, just because he did play a really huge role in that as well. So he is off, I think, Monday and Tuesday, so maybe we will try to record that and I can edit it and post it for you guys so you guys can see. But I guess until next time, as always, create culture, be you, and make sure that you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Bye.